Good morning and welcome back to Our Wyoming Life and our daily vlogs. Man, it is bright out here. Thanks for coming back to join us once again. And if this is your first time here, well, I want to just take a few minutes and welcome you and let you know exactly what we're doing. Hey, kiddo. Hey. You ready for breakfast? Both you guys here. So our goal here on Our Wyoming Life is not only to show people where their food comes from, but it's also to allow people to experience the family behind your food. And we have this weird thing going on where we get a chance to allow others to live vicariously through us. That's the main purpose of the vlog. This is the shop. This is where most of our days start and most of our days end. It's kind of like our ranch headquarters, and it's cool and not blinding. So anyway, one of our goals here has always been to allow people to escape their ordinary, experience the ranch life. And whether you grew up on a farm or a ranch, or you currently work on a farm or a ranch, you work anywhere in agriculture, you're a gardener, you have a green thumb, you have a black thumb, or maybe you're just interested in knowing what's happening in Wyoming on our little piece of land. It's an interesting experience that we get a chance to bring people along, and that's why I really like the daily vlog, and it's really grown on me over the last couple months, and that's why we decided to bring it back. We are actually going to be doing this daily vlog 5 days a week. I'm going to take Saturday and Sunday off. Sunday, you will still be able to catch us on Beyond the Ranch, which is our Livestream channel, and we have a live stream every Sunday night over there where we do all kinds of fun and crazy stuff, and give a chance to kind of take a look behind the scenes a little bit of what happens around here. So we've been really digging into this arrow quip. I'm going to head on over this way. So for the past few days, I've been basically worried about the arrow quip. I've been trying to get the corral system done, and really when you work on a ranch, we're going to head back out into the sun, I'm going to be blinded again. When you work on a ranch or a farm or pretty much any job, I guess everybody probably runs into the same thing, that when you concentrate on one project, other things tend to be forgotten, left in the wake. And just like the arrow quip system here, it's been taking all of my time for days. I haven't really gotten a whole lot else done aside from installing, well, tearing out the old corrals and putting in the new ones. So today we're going to take a little bit of a break from it. We are going to try to catch up on a few things that we've got going on around here. We're going to do our morning chores. We've got one issue that we ran into not too long ago. We've got a couple bales that got left down in the field after we got done haying, and we brought back bales. I don't know how we missed them, but we missed them. So we are going to go down and pick those up. We're going to get the bulls fed. Coming over here, let out chickens. We're going to get the bulls fed, cake the cows, do all that kind of stuff, feed the calves, get all these little things done. Erin's got a few projects on her list that she would like to see us tackle. And it kind of gives you an insight into what, there's really no average day. There's no normal day on the ranch. Every day is different, but this will kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at away from the arrow quip. We are going to have to get back to it at some point and get it done, but until we get to there, we are going to try to just tackle a few other projects that we have going on. Here's Mom. This is, if you've been watching, and even if you haven't, this is number 117. Her calf is in this corral with a broken leg, so she's been penned up with her calf, trying to keep them from putting on the miles. She's calmed down considerably. She's not the most friendly thing in the world, but we'll deal with her a little bit later. We're going to get her some cake. But so first things first, let's get the calves fed for the morning. They drink what, 2 bottles in the morning, 2 bottles at night. Occasionally they get lunch if I remember to do it, but they also have pellets and stuff to eat in the yard. But we are going to go ahead and make them some bottles and get them fed for the morning and get our morning rolling. Another thing that we do have coming up today, by the way, is we have a friend of ours coming from Beckert. Beckert makes barbed wire, a bunch of different wire applications, fencing, that kind of stuff. One of their regional reps is on the way to the ranch today. We're going to get a chance to meet with him and plan a couple projects with Beckert, some fencing projects and stuff like that. So we're going to be able to get that done too. So that's our day for today. Let's check in with the pigs really quick since we're walking by, see how they're doing. We have to check on them every single day. I did install a little tiny waterer here for them, so that they can come over and get water whenever they like. All they have to do is just push their nose against this thing and it fills up this little tiny dish. This is just hooked up to a hose, but seems to work really well. Okay, let's get out of these guys' hair. We still got to feed those calves this morning. Get that done. Another thing I did here recently was I installed a motion light switch, motion detector light switch here in the shop. I'm trying to save some power, and it seems to work really well. If you come in the shop, the lights go on, just like they did a few seconds ago. And when you're not in here, I think it's set on like a minute. If it doesn't pick up any motion for a minute, then it shuts back off, which so far has worked just great. Of course, if a cat gets locked in the shop, then the lights are going to turn off and on all night long, but we'll deal with that one when we get to it. All right, let's make our bottles, get these calves fed. Hey, Lincoln. What are you doing, bud? Do you want to help me feed the calves? Ah!
But, I got me a tiny bit, so I can like hold it in a mouth.
Yeah, do you want to try holding it?
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
You tell one yet.
You all done?
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna go play? All right, go play. And with those two fed for the morning, it's time to head on and find our next project for the day, which I think we're gonna head down and grab those bales that I left in that hay field somehow. I'm not really sure how that happened. but they got left down in the hayfield. We're gonna go grab them and bring them back up here. We're gonna feed one to the bulls, and we'll probably feed the other one to the cows. Take a look and see how they're doing. So I don't know how I managed to do it, but last year after haying, we usually bring back all the bales of hay. We put them in the stack yard. For some reason, I left 2 down there in the middle of the field, and of course now the grass is starting to grow, so we have to go get those 2 out, which works out pretty well because we need to feed the bulls something in their pasture, and it probably wouldn't hurt to give the cows a bale as well. They have been off of feeding for a couple weeks now. They've been out scrounging for themselves. We've moved them into a couple new pastures where they can get a little bit more green grass, but we do want the grass to grow some more, so it doesn't hurt to throw them a bone every once in a while. Since we're heading down there anyway, we're gonna grab some cake, which is a protein supplement for the cows. Each cow gets 2 pounds. There's roughly, 100 and some odd cows down there, so we're gonna take down about 250 pounds of this cake and get it fed to them too while we're down there. So let's do that. Our first challenge of the day is to find the cows, which luckily I brought the drone along so we can just kind of fly over while we're driving here. And there they are. They're all over there by the pond. It looks like they're a little bit spread out. I think this is as good a place as any for us to go ahead and drop off our cake for these guys. They'll work their way around the pond and come and find it, I hope. Nothing more that a cow loves than cake. Can't figure it out. Stuff tastes like dirt to me, but they absolutely adore it, and they come running. All right, while they're distracted, we can head out and go and find those bales. Again, we're going to use the drone to give us a hand in doing that, but we are going to head back towards our hayfield. I never would have known that they were left out there, except for Erin was actually out checking fences and doing a little bit of wildflower seeding. And she said she saw them back there. So she said, hey, you forgot a couple bales. Okay, go grab them. That way they're not in the way when we hay this year, so we can get them out of there. Just have to find them. While we're out here, this is a good opportunity to come out and take a look at the grass and kind of see what's going on out here. We have very limited types of grass that grow here. The most of this is just a prairie grass, but we do have alfalfa. This is alfalfa. It's nowhere near maturity, but it's kind of a bushy plant. We intersperse this with our prairie grass, and just to add some, mostly protein into the mix. We have a lot of crusted wheatgrass here, along with some needle grass, some brome, just a basic mix of different types of grasses that, depending on the year, hopefully something grows. That's kind of, you know, some grasses need more water, some needs less. So our hope is that this grows. This isn't much to look at right now. Like, this is really, I mean, we're lucky to be maybe a foot tall in grass out here, but over the next month this should shoot up, and as long as we have some moisture, decent temperatures, sunshine, the trifecta there, and we can get some of this grass growing. This will be one of the first hay fields that we end up cutting, and hopefully we can get a good crop out of it in order to sustain the cows for the entire winter, because that's what they eat, is that's what we're going to be making. With finding this one bale, we now have 8 bales left for the rest of the spring to get us through with the bulls, any steer feed, anything like that. So we have 8 bales left, and we're moving these guys up into this upper corral because when Beckert gets here, we are going to be working on the fence in the bull pasture. So we're moving these guys up here for now. They'll stay up here, and then they won't bother us while we're fixing fence. I think I have one more honeydew project to take care of, and let's go see what that is, and then we'll be able to take a look and see what is going on for this fence project for today. Alrighty, and that honeydew list starts with, of course, something in the garden for Erin, because that's where Erin spends all of her time this time of year. And what she wants me to do is go over and put some manure in the little garden and get it tilled in. But we ran into one small problem, because nothing is ever just go and do something. It just doesn't work that way. This is our problem. This is the tractor that we use to till. We have a flat tire. So rather than waste the time right now, Erin needs the gardens done like yesterday. We're not going to fix this tire right now. We're going to put this on the back burner. But what we are going to do is pull off the tiller and do the old switcheroo. We're going to flip it around. We're going to put it on the back of a bigger tractor, and then hopefully get the manure tilled in. That way, we'll see how it works. Don't tell Erin, but I actually do kind of enjoy tilling the gardens. Not so much with this tractor though. I like using the International for tilling a little bit better. And I think it has to do with the down pressure on the 3-point hitch. This tractor doesn't really have a whole lot of down pressure, so it's not very good for actually tilling. But we'll get the International fixed back up, run over that some more, and once it dries out a little bit, then we'll be okay. All right, before we cut you loose for the day, I do have to introduce you to one more person here on the ranch. His name is Keith, and we have a lost duck. His name is Keith, and he's here from Beckert Wire, where they manufacture barbed wire, woven wire, all kinds of really cool stuff. And he's here on the ranch to give us a hand and show us some very cool techniques for fencing that we've never seen before. And over the next few days, he'll be here. We'll be able to talk a lot about fencing over the next couple of days. So we're going to run across the road. He's over there working on a fence actually right now. Yeah, you'd think he'd be relaxing and hanging out in his hotel, but nope, he's fencing. So we're going to go over and take a look and see what he's up to, and maybe get a sneak preview into some of the cool stuff that he's got in store for us. Keith is actually across the road. He's working in the bull pasture where we moved those bulls earlier, and he's been here for a couple hours. I had to get that tilling done and get a couple other little projects wrapped up before I had a chance to go over and introduce you. But we are replacing the bull fence that's along the highway, and one of the issues that we've had over the years is obviously bulls working their way through that fence, and because it's considered an improved fence, the highway department didn't want to touch it, even though it's their fence. I don't get that. I guess once you put woven wire up, then it's not their problem. So anyway, Keith is over here tearing out the fence right now, and we'll be able to start replacing fence tomorrow. And hopefully it'll go smooth, but if you know most things around here, we may have some issues. All right, I found Keith here. Keith is here with Beckert. Is it Beckert Wire, or is it just Beckert? What do you guys go by?
We are Beckert International, but Beckert Steel Wire is what we're known mainly.
Okay, and these guys produce tons of different fencing materials, along with, they actually work with another friend of ours, Michelin, and make the wire that actually goes inside the tires. You're here this week to give us a hand with a few fencing projects that we have around the ranch, and talk about some of the cool products that you guys have that really I haven't seen anywhere else. And one of the really cool things that I've got a chance to check out were these gripple things that basically
Right.
they're little attachment deals.
It speeds it up. People don't have to be professionals to use them. So these guys that are out there on the farm that are wanting to put up high tensile, wanting a better, quicker, easier way, and not wanting to fight tying knots and things like that, we carry a full line of gripple products. We've got termination clips, we've got joiners to put the rolls together. Today, this is a really high concentrated area for Mike's bulls. So we're going to use the 13/48/6 solid lock that comes with the gripples already on it.
Nice.
So when you go roll to roll, push them through, keep on going.
Sweet. What else are we going to do? I know we talked a little bit about doing a standoff that you usually see with electric wire on fences.
If you look in the back of the pickup, we've got some 14 gauge cattleman barbed wire. It's one of the strongest barbed wires, if not the strongest barbed wire on the market. It's got a breaking load of about 1,400 pounds, only got 3% elongation. So what we'll do is we'll put that up about chest high for the bulls, and it will stop them from rubbing that winter coat off. They'll learn to respect it really quick.
Nice, nice. So our plan is tomorrow you're tearing out fence today, which actually I really do appreciate.
Oh, the fun part. Yeah.
I know, right? You drove all the way up here, and then it's like, okay, go to work.
Yeah.
But you're tearing out fence today. Tomorrow we've got a lot of prep work to get ready.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that we really wanted to concentrate on, was that, you know, if you do all your prep work ahead of time, obviously that's going to save you time and money down the road.
It will, and the fence posts and stuff, the braces here that Mike have are in pretty good shape. We're just going to straighten a few things up, and then we're going to put new woven wire right over the top of it.
Cool, cool. And then that'll come probably on Wednesday.
Probably Wednesday.
We'll do all that stuff, and then we've got a few little projects here and around the ranch. So get ready for about 3 days of straight up fencing, which is pretty much your life, really.
Man, I've been locked down the past couple of months, and I'm glad to be back out in the field.
So what exactly is your role with Beckert? What is it that you do?
I'm a technical support manager. I go out, we do trade shows. You saw us in California.
I did.
Out at World Ag. We do Moultrie, Georgia, Dakota Fest, not too far from here in Mitchell.
Right.
I guess not real close, but
4.5 hours away,
Yeah.
something like that.
yeah. We just go out and introduce these products, do demonstrations at dealers, answer questions on the internet, just all types of things related to fencing.
Awesome. Well, get ready for some fencing, guys. There's a lot coming up. We will be back tomorrow with as we continue our vlogs. And until then, just kick back, relax, and I'll see it work tomorrow right here on Our Wyoming Life.